I took a class this past weekend, and one of the wonderful little tidbits that I received was a statement by Brian Clemmer that when the intention is clear, the mechanism will appear for the results to ultimately manifest. So when the intention is clear, the mechanism will appear for the victory, for whatever you're working on precipitating. So the masters would like to augment that and say that divine intervention is here when your vision is clear. Divine intervention is here when your vision is clear. Beloved Lanello and Claire de Lis would like to announce today something that I consider is great. This is a $5 million heart-mind miracle initiative to bring forth 5 centers of light within the United States of America. 1 in or near Livingston, Montana. 1 in Mount Shasta. 1 in Arizona. 1 in Texas. And the 5th one, they are not revealing where yet. What will this take? Great vision, great intent, great focus, a heart-mind miracle initiative, they call it. The $5 million Heart-Mind Miracle Initiative. We already have a vision for the Mount Shasta Center, put forth together by Robert Beasy, Kathleen Alexander, with the aid of others. They already have their plan very well lined out. They are ahead of the game. The other centers will have to work. The people that represent those areas will have to work assiduously to precipitate their vision. We don't have to worry about the mechanism. When our vision is clear, divine intervention is here. We co-create what we desire to see through our mind's eye, lifted up to a higher level of vision than we previously may have thought possible. And when we together form this Ascended Master Heart-Mind Alliance, this Heart-Mind Miracle Initiative will begin to coalesce and precipitate through our collective efforts. It will take sacrifice. It will take a greater intent than we had previously thought maybe we, as a small community of light bearers, could actually bring forth. Yet with God, all things are possible, and it will happen. If we believe, we can achieve. What we conceive of and believe in, we can achieve. Why is it happening now? Because of what's happening on the earth, and we've already been given many clues, and the masters have spoken. Now, whether you feel that you are worthy enough to live near or within these centers, I believe you are worthy enough. Everyone is worthy to be in a safe area with loved ones with whom you resonate, with whom you would like to worship God in a free spirit, unencumbered by any negativity from the world or impositions of governments and laws and regulations. These areas, these 4 so far and the 5th to be revealed, have been chosen because of partially the freedom of those states and the local governments. What will this require of each of us? In my opinion, we will be called to go deeper into our pockets, but also higher in our consciousness in order to reach unto the star of this collective vision and draw forth the best, the brightest from all of our incarnations, we will have to coalesce within this vision the highest aspects of our own causal body, our own Buddhic body, our own Atmic bodies, and draw forth from the tree of life of ourselves the fruits of our spirit, the best that we have ever done in all of our incarnations, which is coming to a culmination now. Some of you have resources that will be magnanimous in this, and if you are willing to give them for the collective good, rather than just maybe your private, pleasure in the last years of your life, I think that you will benefit from this givingness to the point where you will be hailed as a hero in future generations, having helped to precipitate these centers. I, for one, feel that I came into this embodiment to help build community. I knew that in my teenage years. I was looking for a spiritual community. I found one, and yet it's no longer really a true Holy Spirit-empowered community in the highest sense. So we can choose to co-create something maybe even greater than what has previously been created through other movements. The cycles are such that we must engage. Claire de Lys says, the cycles are such that we must engage in this endeavor, in this alchemy, in this fortuitous and virtuous work of the Spirit. Fortuitous and virtuous work of the Spirit. These are her words. And when our collective vision is clear, divine intervention is here. I feel it's here today. I feel the empowerment and waves of this empowerment washing upon my being, my aura, my chakras. Do you feel that? Do you feel the waves of divine energy? We just invoked it in this prayer. If you feel the sacred fire welling up within you and stirring you a little bit, maybe there's some fear. Oh, how can we do this? We don't have the resources. I don't believe that. I believe we have the resources. We have the individuals. We have the will to make this happen. So this is news to me. I didn't know this was going to happen this morning. We're working on our business plan. It's basically done. The budget and the business plan is all laid out. It has to be reviewed and approved and tweaked a little bit for next year. This is totally news to me. Yet this is what happens with the masters. They will cause shifts in our awareness, and they will spur us on to new victories. Will it require that we adjust our business plan for next year? I don't believe so. I think we can do everything. What this will mean, though, is that people will be reaching deeper to give more than the tithe, the normal tithe. What I saw from Claire de Lys was that she is recommending that people consider for the next 2 years giving 20% rather than 10% as a tithe. Some of you may instantly feel, I can't do that, I can't afford it. I know that if we choose to do something like this, or maybe more for some of you, you will be blessed by the additional amount that you give. You will absolutely be blessed. I've proven it in my life by giving 20% at different times. And now I have to release any fear, any trepidation, any sense that it can't be done or that I will not have what I require in my life, and go for it and multiply and multiply and multiply the abundance that is mine, that is God's. All abundance is God's. Remember this. The abundance that you have is not really yours, Claire de Lys says. It's on loan to you from God. It is on loan to you from God. So lest anyone think, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is my property, this is my money, these are my possessions. All of this, she says, is on loan to you from God. You cannot take it with you. you may as well offer it on the altar of the divine work of this age and make it a testament to your givingness and your surrender and your ultimate sacrifice of your entire being, like Jesus sacrificing himself, going up to Golgotha on the cross. What did he have when he did that? A loincloth. That's all that he retained at that time. He was stripped of his garments. All he had was a loincloth. Imagine that. Are you willing to be stripped of everything that you have except the clothing on your being in order to give the ultimate to the one eternal God for the victory of this age and the ascension of the earth? I was just talking with somebody yesterday on the phone who said that he felt that he was at that point where he didn't desire anything else in his life. No possessions, no additional possessions. He was willing to just let go of everything and experience the oneness of life and be one with everything. I feel the same way. I don't require anything else. Yes, we take care of the body. Yes, we have the supplements that we take in for our optimal health, things like that, the food that we eat. Yet what do we really require? Do we keep needing more and more things to make us happy? Or can we build community and sacrifice every last thing that we currently don't really use, don't really need to engage with, don't really require for our virtuous, loving, giving lives? Many of us made a sacrifice when we moved to Montana. We gave $1,000 for the inner retreat for Church Universal and Triumphant at that time. Remember, everyone was called to give $1,000. Well, Claire DeLise says some of you can give $10,000 or even $50,000 if you are willing to this endeavor. Some of you can give $100,000 or even $500,000 if you are willing to give to this endeavor. What pleasures do we have to surrender on the altar of the one eternal God to bring forth the kingdom of God upon earth, which is the greatest pleasurable area that we could live, move, and have our being within? So this is the great paradigm shift of the Heart Center movement 17 years into its history and life. This is a great paradigm shift for us. We've laid the foundation through the teachings that have been brought forth. We have a wonderful website. We have a wonderful staff. We have a fantastic staff and many volunteers who are working day after day to precipitate the greatest gifts that we can offer humanity through all of our services, our broadcast services. I brag to people that the movement that I began, we've been broadcasting free of charge for nearly, 16 years or so, 2.5, sometimes 3 hours every morning for 16 years, free of charge. Now we video stream it. It was originally audio. I brag about that because I'm proud of you. I'm proud of our staff. I'm proud of you who participate and give. I'm proud in a righteous way, I believe. This isn't human pride. It's a divine gratitude for what we together have co-created. What other organization on the earth does this? I don't know of any that do it quite like what we do. We are empowered as initiates. We are empowered as sons and daughters of God to now create communities of light. Some of you are invested in this with your whole being. You see it already. Pamela Gambika, Kathleen Alexander, and others have been urging us and desiring for this to happen. I champion them and I champion you who desire it. We did surveys long ago. Only 30% of the people desire to live within communities. If we build it, they will come. I believe some of you will move to areas in these centers, and the fifth one, when we have a clear vision and intention, and divine intervention then is here. What will this mean for us as a staff, it will create a shift in our consciousness because this is the new initiative. It's a mastermind, heart-mind alliance, yes, between us and the ascended hosts. More importantly, it is an agreement, a pact, a divine treaty of our oneness to bring this miracle about. It will take a miracle. And the miracle it will require is our vision, so steely white and green that nothing will counteract or oppose this to the point where it won't happen. It will happen. Do you believe that this is possible? Yes. I heard a few little mamby-pamby yeses. I didn't hear everybody saying yes. That means, because you didn't affirm this, that you have some fear that it can happen. Do you believe that we can do this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to ask one more time, and I'd like to hear you shout it to the ends of the earth. Do you believe that we can achieve this by God's grace?
Yes.
Okay. If you saw what I experienced this weekend, you'd kind of laugh because there were a lot of paradigm shifts in my own consciousness, even having the teachings of the Masters for 45 years. So, Claire de Lis and Lanello are fully behind this. And I think that the fact that they're releasing it during the cycle of Scorpio is important, because this is the time of God vision and precipitation. And we're moving just in a few days into Sagittarius, which is the victory cycle of this year. Dean Anderson's birthday is coming up. What's your birthday? What day?
December 20th.
All right, December 20th. Almost on the cusp, really. And we probably have a few more Sagittarians out there. So let us accept this challenge. And we will commune together as the leadership of the Heart Center to see how this plays out in terms of maybe, quote, the mechanisms of it, in terms of how we communicate this vision to everyone and how we see it beginning to coalesce. For the time being, though, I'm asking Claire de Lis, do we use the building fund? And she says, no, begin a new fund. It is the $5 million Heart Mind Miracle Initiative Fund. It's kind of a lengthy phrase, so we could maybe, have a shortened version of that. The Miracle Initiative Fund, we could say. And we will see what the Masters say along the way as to which ones get funded first or how we will work that out. I'm not worried about the mechanism. I'm focused on the vision. When our vision is cleared, the divine intervention is here. So, God bless you for listening today and being a part of this release. I had no idea when I woke up this morning that this would occur, but right before the service, there was Claire de Lis staring me in the face, lovingly, and I knew something was up. So thank you, beloved Mother. Thank you, Claire de Lis, Guru Ma. We will see what we shall see, and how your disciples and other disciples that may not have known you in the flesh in this life can muster our forces together and precipitate this great, great initiative. And let me say this. She's saying there are a few of you out there who can prime the pump and give immediately $10,000 to this initiative. There are a few of you out there that can give $50,000 immediately. And if you prime the pump now, you will be the beneficiary of the immediate multiplication of your gifts of the Spirit to you and your causal body and your divine plan. And some of you are actually required by heaven to do this, to fulfill your divine plan. a few of you here and there. All of us are required to give our all, and the way that we can do it, some through prayer, some through sacrificial giving. I'm not saying that you should go into debt, into grave debt by doing this. Yet there are people with resources that they know that they have, and we shall see how that will play out.